Previously on Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo, in a realm where whispers and shadows danced, Lila's spectral form moved closer to obsidian depths within Blackwood Manor's labyrinthine library, her fingers tightening around her blade as the ancient texts began shifting beneath their gaze once more. The air crackled with unseen energies, while words woven through time seemed drawn together in an endless tapestry of reality itself, twisted into something both familiar and foreign. Then, without warning, a figure materialized from obsidian depths. A spectral Lila stood mere feet away now, within Obsidius' sight, but still just shy, her gaze unyielding. The library swirled around them with whispers once more. These voices grew louder, as if carried over centuries by unseen hands manipulating the very fabric of reality. Meanwhile, Kym Mûryer prowled the streets outside Blackwood Manor's ancient walls, his steps deliberate and unhurried amidst a world where ordinary ceased to exist. His eyes locked on the sanctuary, a shrouded place in an ethereal veil that seemed almost tangible, where he knew Obsidius must be hiding. Elsewhere within Blackwood Manor itself, Elena stood before the colossal map of realities, as if she were charting her next course through uncharted waters. Each symbol etched into parchment felt like a doorway to untold dangers. Her state remained resolute and driven by an insatiable curiosity about what lay hidden beyond mere appearances. As Lila's spectral presence now loomed closer, their eyes locked in silent accord amidst the shifting library of ageless texts, and then, without another word between them, their connection seemed etched into reality itself, a bond forged through pain yet held together with unbreakable threads. It was as though they had known each other for lifetimes, each look filled not just with understanding, but also an undeniable destiny woven deep within the very essence of their being. Then, suddenly, and without any warning from either side, the library around them seemed to fill once more, and this time it wasn't whispers that swirled about. The air shimmered as if by a force unseen, then in slow motion everything began shifting. Books fell off shelves with an almost silent hiss. Pages fluttered open, exposing hidden secrets within their depths. As the very architecture of Blackwood Manor's ageless library started to crackle and shift like molten rock, Elena felt herself pulled into its vortex. With her mind now more attuned than ever before, she saw not just shadows but glimpses through every doorway opened by reality itself. A convergence she knew must be coming closer with each passing moment. Meanwhile, Kym Mûryer's look turned toward the sanctuary, once again a place shrouded in an ethereal veil that seemed almost tangible. He moved silently down narrow passageways until he reached the very edge of what could still hold, his body glowing softly, as if under a noiseless incantation designed to push back whatever lay beyond. And then, without another word, the world around him began shifting once more, not just in appearance but also within its fundamental fabric. Kym Mûryer saw it all now, and with every step he took the veil grew thinner, until at last there was nothing left of that which had held only a shimmering border, where reality seemed to bleed into something far beyond. As Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo stood in Lila's spectral presence once more within those shifting volumes, a convergence now unbreakable between two halves bound by an unseen force, the library around them began tearing asunder. The walls themselves started cracking, revealing glimpses of what lay beneath, something darker and far beyond the human understanding. Thus wrapped up like a scroll itself in layers upon layered whispers woven through time, one could scarcely imagine where this convergence would lead or who else might be entwined within its embrace. All that was certain now, and Obsidius looked directly into Lila's spectral eyes, their connection stronger than ever, as they both knew their next move must come soon. Next chapter, the very essence of reality itself seemed to crackle and shift once more, revealing glimpses beyond the veil where everything known might fade away or transform entirely. What secrets does Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo hold? And where will this convergence lead them now, or perhaps push their understanding even further into realms far removed from mortal comprehension? As Lila's spectral presence stood beside him in those shifting volumes once more, the library around seemed to fill with whispers anew, this time carrying a weight that felt almost tangible. The very fabric of reality itself was on thin edge, and each moment counted now as this convergence pushed ever closer into something far beyond anything known or perhaps even imagined.